Good evening, weather checkers. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm on late tonight. Work called, so unfortunately got a little bit of a late start, but we are on, and that's all that matters. So we'll jump into um, some warnings that are already happening here in Texas. We'll get those pulled up for you guys, and thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Nancy, for being here. Appreciate you being here from Ada, Oklahoma. Really appreciate that. And we'll get into two tornado warnings that we have going on right now, just to the south of Fort Worth, Texas. Let's see here. Let's get everything set up good. We have this one right here that you guys can see there for the counties of, let's see here, Hamilton and Boke counties in central Texas, as well as this one down to the south here for, let's see what this county is here, from McLean, Texas, as well for that county as well. So those are your two tornado warnings happening right now in Texas, and we'll go ahead and pull this up as well. Let me do some stuff and get some things situated here. It's been a crazy day at work, so got to get everything situated before I can get you guys what you guys need. So appreciate you guys being here. And let's see here. We've had a couple of confirmed tornadoes happen today. Looks like we have another tornado warning out there too, so I'll go ahead and switch to this real fast. Get that pulled up there as well, and just give me a chance to get set up here, guys. I'm still getting all my stuff put together. So we have three tornado warnings happening right now. One in McLennan, Texas, the counties of Mills, Texas, and Boske in Hamilton, Texas. Those are three tornado warnings happening right now. You can see the tornado watch box here is in effect till 11 Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for this area in Texas. Just to the south of Dallas is going to be your watch tornado watch area, and that's what we're watching tonight. So a little bit more of a lax stream tonight, just because we have such a small spot. And we'll go through a couple things and see how long we're on here, and I'll talk about another thing that we released yesterday that I'm excited about as well. And so want to give you guys heads up on that as well. So appreciate everybody being here. And let's see here, I'm getting this set up on my side. Okay. All right. This is not working today. My technology is not working, so that's okay. It is warm here in Arizona for sure. I'm not sure what the high was for today, but we're looking at 100 degrees sometime this week, which is warm for us. Pretty average, actually. Another tornado warning.
Tornado warning for East Central McLennan County in Central Texas, Southwestern Limestone County in Central Texas, Northeastern Falls County in Central Texas.
All right, so that's going to be an extension of that southern storm there. You can see here on the map, that one's going to be for headed towards the Mart area and Ben-Hur area in Texas there. If that's for the counties of McLean, Limestone, and Falls County in Central Texas. We'll go ahead and get that on radar for you guys as well. Take a look at that. This one did produce a brief tornado earlier today. That one was confirmed on the ground by a spotter, and so we'll get that pulled up. And still get my technology is not working today for some reason. But some good rotation in there. I'll put the storm tracker on there as well. Nasty storms in Waco area. Yeah, there are some nasty storms for sure. Thank you, Linda, for being here. Really appreciate you being here. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and remove that. My storm tracker is not even working, guys. I don't know what's going on tonight. But let's see, storm motion. There we go. Maybe that will work. There we go. Okay, storm tracker's on. So that's going to go just to the south of Mart and Ben-Hur in Texas, headed towards the Goosebeck area. Just to the east of Waco, Texas, is where the storm is at tonight. So do want to talk about a couple things while I'm getting this set up. We did release a new channel called Weather Check Plus yesterday. I'll talk about that later on as well when we get a second. And I got to get this technology figured out because it's not working for me today. But kind of a quiet day for storms, but wanted to get on since we haven't had a chance to go live here in the last week, and kind of just get on and say hey to everybody and cover these storms as they're coming live. I'm here. I've got a late start because of work, but that's how life works. So that's okay. But we'll go ahead and switch this over and get you a shot of the radar here. Um, so here's your 3 tornado warnings here in Texas. The one down here to the south is the one we were just looking at. So that's going to be just to the east of Waco. Rotation is going to be going towards Ben-Hur and Goosebeck in Texas. That's for the counties of, let's see, McLean and Limestone and Falls County as well for Texas, just to the east of Waco. The other one above that is going into the Cranfield Gaps area. That's going to be for the county of Hamilton and Bosque, I believe is how you say that, Texas. And the one right behind it, out in that radar folding that we love so much in this channel, is the Gold Weight Center area. That's going to be for the counties of Central Mills County and Texas there. So those are your 3 tornado warnings in there. The one to the east, furthest there, just to the east of Waco, definitely has some good rotation in there. It did produce that tornado earlier, confirmed by a spotter. So we're definitely keeping our eyes on that. But kind of, again, quiet day for tornadoes, a little bit of an outbreak. We have a report of 4.5 measured hail by a trained spotter. Is that right? 4.5-inch diameter hail 2 miles east of Waco, Texas. This is the biggest hail I've seen measured by a trained spotter. 4.5 inches is huge hail. So that's interesting. We have the one right behind it, measured 4-point-inch hail, softball size hail by the amateur radio crew there near Waco Regional Airport. That's big hail. 4.5 inches and 4-inch hail is huge. So that's pretty big hail there. So that's associated with this storm as well. That's a lot of that's a large hail. We'll go ahead and take a look at the hail core on that one as well. Huge hail core. Looking at 2.87-inch hail confirmed on radar indicated there in Waco is where you're getting that hail core at. So let's see here. I'm still trying to get my technology set up here, guys, so bear with me again. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you, Linda, for being here. And just anticipating a slower stream tonight. We'll see how long we stay on, see how the numbers do. We might go on to Weather Check Plus. We'll talk about that here before we do it, but wanted to get on and say hey to everybody at least and check in there and cover the little bit of an outbreak happening there in Texas. Hello to everybody on Twitch as well. Thank you for joining on Twitch. We have one viewer over there on Twitch as well, so that's helpful. Let me see here. Got this up now. I think we're getting everything set up the way it should be. So let's go ahead and take a look at our tornado watch that's happening here. That one's going to be for your central area in Texas. Here's your state of Texas there. There's your 3 tornado warnings that we spoke of a second ago. And this one's going to be in effect until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time is your tornado watch. Again, we watch for a warning. So that pink area that you're seeing there on your screen is the more than likely area, favorable conditions for a tornado warning in those areas. So you want to watch for a warning in those areas. That's what the pink area is for. So, and inside that, we happen to see all 3 of our warnings there that are happening right now in the state of Texas. So we had another severe thunderstorm threat down here in Florida as well. That severe thunderstorm watch is going until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's going to be all the way through the eastern part of the Florida Panhandle. No tornadoes that I've seen over in Florida yet, but there's some threat of some large hail over there. But we did see the report of softball size hail, which is huge. Softball size hail is huge, measured by a storm trained spotter. That's a large hail for a storm there in Texas. So I haven't seen that in Florida yet, but that's crazy just to see that happening there in Texas. So that's your main threats there in Texas. Let's see here. Let me get this pulled back up. We'll get a look at the radar. Kind of do a quick glance through all the radars, do some radar analysis and see what we're seeing out there. But thank you guys for joining. Again, kind of a slower stream tonight, so just want to get on and say hey. Feel free to throw something in the chat if you have any questions. Let me know if you have anything you guys want to talk about. Feel free to throw it out there. Suns had a good series, Phoenix Suns for the NBA. We are going to the second round of the playoffs, which is cool to me. So feel free to throw anything in the chat you guys want to talk about. We'll be covering the tornadoes as well. And I think I've only been on for about 5 minutes and get a drink of water this time. So that's a new record for me. I think that's the shortest time I've done it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this tornado warning storms here on radar. Again, this one in Waco is definitely rotating, got some good rotation in there. And this is where we saw the 4.5 measured inch diameter hail right there in Waco, Texas. So we'll update the storm tracker there. Definitely still rotating going into the Ben-Hur area. This is for the counties again of, let's see, McLean, Limestone, and Fall counties in Texas. So that's where your tornado warnings are there. Near College Station, yeah, I know your family's there in College Station, Linda. That's right. I forget about that. That's down further to the south, I believe. But hopefully they're good for right now, I believe. We can take a look at that later if you'd like. But definitely a crazy amount of hail size. That's what I was saying. That's the biggest I think I've seen reported on radar that's been measured is 4.5 inches. So that's crazy with that, but still good rotation in there. Let's see if we got a debris signature. This was confirmed on the ground by a spotter a couple hours ago. It was briefly on the ground, confirmed by a spotter, and that was just to the west of Waco. I haven't seen any reports of any damage, which is good. But that one's the same storm that's still tornado warned now, going just to the east of Waco towards the Ben-Hur area. So we'll see if we can see anything on the right there with any correlation coefficient. Lots of hail, so nothing that we can see with that. Anything confirming that it's on the ground, which is good. But definitely a good rotation in there. We'll see what happens with that one. That expires here at 7:15. So the next, I would say, 30 minutes-ish, 7:15 Central Standard Time is when this tornado warning expires there, just to the east of Waco. We have the one right above it towards Canfill's Gap there. That one does expire here. Let's see, when does this one expire? This one expires, I believe, not seeing it on here for some reason. Let me make sure I got that up there for you guys. But that's for the counties there of Hamilton and Bose counties there in Texas. And this one expires here, let's see, at the top of the hour, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So not a good rotation in there, but there's still definitely a rotation right there just to the north of Canfill Gap. So we'll put the storm tracker on there and straighten it out for you guys. Headed towards the Clifton area. Yeah, Clifton, Texas there. So we'll put the storm tracker back on there, straighten it out. Got it. And going towards the Clifton area, about ready to cross the State Route 6 is where that tornado warning's at right now. That's going to be, if you zoom out, just to the south of Fort Worth. They're following in the same train as the Waco storm as well, kind of in that same direction. So if you were in that Waco storm, that could be headed towards you just a little bit more north than what it was. So that's that storm there. And then back down here by the Goldwater, I think it's Goldwait, I think is how you say that. Goldwait storm going into the Center City storm. That's going to be for the counties of Central Mills. That one expires here at 6:45 Central Standard Time. So it's pretty soon here. We'll see if they extend that one out. And we're right there on that radar folding. So hard to see if there's a lot of rotation with that one and what they'll do with it. But we did have one confirmed on the ground earlier today, and that's that Waco storm. So thank you guys for joining. Again, a really kind of more laid back stream. I wanted to get on to say hi to everybody since we haven't been online live for the last week. And I did want to talk about our new channel that we just kicked off. It's called Weather Check Plus on YouTube. If you type in your YouTube channel / Weather Check Plus, and we're going to use that channel for kind of like some down days when it's not so severe weather, that we can get on there and just kind of turn it on, hang out, have a good time in the chat, and kind of watch the storms as they roll through those areas if it's not warranting a major outbreak in storms. So that's kind of the point of that channel, as well as maybe we'll do some other fun things and just get on there and maybe jump on and chat sometimes, whatever we decide we were going to do with that channel. That's there. So check it out at Weather Check Plus on YouTube. Link should be in the description, but if not, I'll get that to you guys later on here in the chat as well. So wanted to let you guys know about that. We were live for the first time yesterday. If you guys haven't followed us on Twitter or checked out our comment there on YouTube, you'll see the link there as well. So those are your 3 tornado warnings happening tonight, guys. Biggest thing that I've seen so far is the 4.5 inch hail. That's still blowing me away. That's crazy. This tornado warning that we touched on, a tornado watch that we touched on here for Texas, Does expire, let's see, at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So another 7 hours, 20 minutes. This pink area will expire. This is your tornado watch for the Texas area. So just to the south of Dallas there. So we'll see how these storms progress as they push further east. This one definitely in the Waco area is probably the strongest one that's out there right now. Good classic hook on that and the base reflectivity. And so we're definitely taking that one into account. It did produce a tornado earlier with that storm. So we'll keep our eyes on that one. We'll turn the base reflectivity on this radar as well. I gotta get this pulled up, guys. My stuff is not working right tonight. So let's see here. Okay, so there's your radar with that Waco storm. Good hook on there, good inflow, good healthy inflow, as well as good hail core with that as well, which is why we're seeing that hail threat there in Waco that we've had measured hail at 4.5 inches, which is huge. Softball size hail, to put that in perspective. You do not want to get stuck in that one. We had 4 inches measured right behind that, probably a good 20 miles, 30 miles behind that. So it did drop a good size hail with that storm there for a while. So we're going to watch that storm there by the Ben-Hur area is where that's going to. We'll put the storm tracker back on it and then straighten it back out. It's going to be going into the Goosebeck area in Texas and crossing State Route 164 is where that's at, just to the south here. And I would say the next 20 minutes, we'll see how fast this one's moving. This one's going 25 miles an hour to the east, which is a very slow moving storm. So that's going to be one of those storms you have to kind of wait it out in your shelter if you're in your shelter, making sure that you don't get bored sitting in there waiting for it to come through. Take a look at this one up to the north. Not a lot of rotation on this one. This one expires up here just to the south of, is it Meriden? Meriden there in Texas. That one expires at the top of the hour, and that one doesn't have a lot of rotation in there. It's it's kind of a dueling rotation there by the Cansfield Gaps area, so that's where that's at. But one of these days, guys, it's just really, really been a long day at work, and getting on here to talk to you guys is making things better for sure. So let's see. The one down to the south is the Goldthwaite area. Goldthwaite. Goldthwaite. Thank you, Linda. I saw you say that now. Goldthwaite area, and that one's going to be expiring here in the next, I believe, 2 minutes is when this one expires. So that one headed towards the center city area. We have that radar folding in there, which is why we can't see that rotation. But it doesn't look like it's very strong rotation if it is there, just what I'm seeing in between there. So we'll keep our eyes on that one, see if they extend this out. This is going over the US 84 right now in the Texas area. So those are your 3 tornado warnings again. Let me see if I can't get another radar pulled up here for Texas, see if we can get a better shot of that western storm there by the Goldthwaite area. So let's see. Thank you guys for being here. Let me know where you guys are watching from. If you're new here, smash the subscribe button. Would love to get to know where you guys are. Again, kind of a more laid back stream as we're not dealing with a huge area like we've seen before in the past, but dealing with still some pretty crazy storms here in the Texas area tonight as well. So let's see here. I'm getting another radar pulled up for us here. See if we can't get a better shot of that southwestern storm down there by Goldthwaite. Let's see here. It's 4.5 inches of hail is huge hail, softball size hail there outside of Waco, Texas. It's just crazy. That's just crazy talk. I never even heard of softball size since I've been reporting that I can think of, and even in my chasing days, I don't remember seeing that. That's huge. But I did let one of the thunderstorms or tornado warnings expire, guys. I'll get that to you here real fast as well. So that one's going to be for, I believe, that southern storm we were just talking about there. Yeah, so let me pull that up for you guys. So the one over there by Goldthwaite did expire. That's the one I was trying to get the other radar up for you. But the one by Goldthwaite did expire for that tornado warning. That did now expire. So that's good. We have 2 tornado warnings here in Texas. The major one being over here by Waco. That's going to be for the counties of Falls County, Limestone, and McLean County there in Texas. And then the one to the north there, just right underneath the Fort Worth area, is going to be for the counties of Mosk. I think it's Mosk, SQU, and Hamilton counties there in Texas. So that's going to be your 2 tornado warnings that are left now, guys, and your tornado watch area there in effect till 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's your tornado threats right now, guys. Trying to get some things pulled up on my side. I'm still organizing my stream. It's been really, I keep saying that, but trying to get something pulled up on my side to get more in-depth coverage of that. But if you guys could, let me know where you're watching from. Helps interact with the streams, helps get those warnings out to everybody there in Texas. Hope everybody's safe tonight. We had one confirmed tornado there on the ground at one point about an hour ago. It's just to the west of Waco, Texas there. And so that was confirmed on the ground by a spotter. I'm getting another uh, radar pulled up here for us as well on the back end, and we'll get that pulled up here for a second. Make sure we're ready in case something comes up. But if you guys are just now joining, never joined the stream, if we do get a tornado warning that does pop up, we will hear it go happen here live on the stream. So if anything does happen, we'll hear it live pop up. You'll hear the noise and the alerts go off as well, and we'll take a look at that live in the stream. If you guys have any questions, feel free to throw those in the chat. I'll be happy to look at an area for you as well. Linda, I'm not sure. Let's see what College Station's looking like. I know you got family down there, so we can take a look at that as well. And I apologize, guys. It's been a long day, so kind of stumbling through my words tonight, but that's okay. We'll see how long we go tonight, and hopefully this thing kind of dies out. It's supposed to go till 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the main threat is for that time, so we'll take a look at that. But let's see here. Linda, where is College Station at? I know it's there in Texas. Let me pull up on my Google real fast. I'll take a look at that. I know you guys got family down there. They always seem like they're close to that, but nothing, thankfully, has gone through their area. I know it's a big college town through there. So let's see here. That's going to be College Station. It's going to be just to the south of Austin and just in the north of Houston. That's right. Okay, I remember where that's at now. So let's see here. We're going to be down here. So College Station is right there. They're outside of the, yeah, there you go. Outside of the tornado watch area for right now. So later on tonight, they might get something. But that's good. There's nothing down there for them. So let's go back to our radar and take a look at that Waco storm. It looks a lot more wrapped up than what it really is, I believe. Let's see here. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, Linda. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. I have one person watching on Twitch, so thank you for watching on Twitch. And then we have some people here on YouTube as well as Facebook, live on Facebook. So thank you guys for watching over there as well. Let's see here. Okay, going back into that storm there. We got some good rotation still there by the Ben-Hur area. I'll put the storm tracker back on that. Going into the Goosebeck area. This one expires again. Let's see here. Expires here 15 past the hour, so 7:15 is when this storm expires. We'll see if they extend it out. Still some good rotation in the storm, so we'll keep our eyes on it as well. All right. Good hook on there. So you got your inflow again. Let's see if I can get my pen pulled up. I haven't done that tonight yet either. See if my computer handles it. It's not liking it, but we'll get it pulled up here. But you have your inflow there. Just going into the Ben-Hur area, you can see that notch out right there in the wraparound of your wind. So let's see here. My computer, I think, might have froze there, guys. I don't know if I'm still on, but I think I might have froze. I'm not sure what's going on. If you can still hear me, let me know. Linda, if you can still hear me. Let's see here. My computer is completely frozen, guys. I apologize. Back. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure what's going on with it. It's not liking me tonight. I don't know. We'll see. My computer's having some technical difficulties there, guys. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get that cleaned up for you guys. But looking at that Waco, Texas storm there, I apologize for the technical difficulties there. So we're back, it sounds like. But still some good rotation there by the Ben-Hur area. And we're going to see if they extend this one. This one expires here in the next couple minutes, and we're going to keep our eyes on that one as well. And that's the softball size hail that was there for that storm, so we're keeping our eyes on it. But get rid of this. My stream is just not acting right tonight. Okay, there we go. That worked. Okay, see if this works. We have our inflow that's going this way. Let's see if we can actually see that. Oh, my computer's not working, guys. I'm sorry. Something's not working with it. But anyways, we'll figure out what's going on with that later. I apologize. It's just one of those days. So appreciate you guys being here. Really do. Again, kind of a slower stream. We have 2 tornado warnings here in Texas. I'll zoom out real fast. We got the one down here by the Waco, Texas, just to the east. For the counties of Falls, Limestone, and McLean counties there in Texas, as well as the one to the north there in Bosk and Hamilton counties there in Texas. Those are your 2 tornado warnings happening in the state of Texas right now. Nothing super crazy going on. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be glad to look up something for you guys. And I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with my stream. Not wanting to work right tonight for some reason. So feel free to jump in the chat, ask me any questions, and hang out, talk amongst yourselves, and let me know what you guys are seeing on your end as well. But again, kind of a slower chat. So let's see here. Just trying to clean this up a little bit. Go ahead and bring this down a little bit, see if that makes any difference. Okay, hopefully that might have helped a little bit. We'll see if that helps clean up the stream. I made a switch on my side. So we'll see if that makes a difference, guys. Apologize with all that. That's kind of crazy what happens with technology stuff sometimes. So kind of to be expected. So our 2 tornado warnings are there on the screen. Bosk and Hamilton is the northern one. And then to the east is Falls, Limestone, and McLean. The one to the north there expires at the top of the hour. And then the one there to the east expires 15 minutes past the hour, so 7:15 Central Standard Time. So those are 2 tornado warnings there. We'll see what happens. Nothing really behind it. We did have the one over here towards the Gulfway area. That one did expire. It doesn't look like it's doing a whole ton back there. There's still some rotation in there, just to the north of Richland Springs area. So we'll keep our eyes on that one as well, see if it spins back up. There's another one over here by the Star area, and we'll keep our eyes on that one as well. Some rotation in there. So, but nothing super crazy with that storm, those storms down there. So we'll see how crazy the night gets. We've already seen quite a few tornado warnings, and a confirmed tornado tonight in Texas, again, was working, so couldn't get on cover. I apologize for that. But those are the warnings that we saw earlier, one confirmed there just to the west of Waco. Again, kind of a slower stream tonight. I wanted to, again, get on and talk about the Weather Check Plus channel that we just released last night. It's more for days like today that are slower, and it kind of gives us a place to hang out and watch storms that doesn't warrant like a live stream. So if you go over to Weather Check Plus on YouTube and click subscribe there, you'll get notifications when we go live there. It'll be more of a laid back environment. We can kind of hang out, talk about whatever, and just kind of watch the warnings come in there. Probably won't go live on there unless I need to, and we'll kind of just jump in if something goes crazy and cover that. If anybody has any questions, maybe I'll do some radar analysis with that as well. But it'll give me a chance to be able to be online when I'm not able to be on a stream covering everything as well. So that's kind of that channel over there. So if you guys could go over there, check that out, I'd really appreciate it. So, all right. Cooking with gas tonight. I know it's been a crazy night. I know there's a lot of people covering the storms tonight. So um, that's all right though. Not an outbreak, which is what I like to see. So update the storm tracker there. That one looks like it's kind of roped up or wrapped up a little bit more on that last image we got there. Going to be going into the Goosebeck area now, just to the south of, or to the west of there. Crossing State Route 164 is that tornado warning there, just to the east of Waco. Right over top of the Ben-Hur area is your rotation. Still good rotation in there. Definitely keep our eyes on it. Did produce some monstrous hail again. With that, we'll check the hail core on that one. The hail core looks like it's gone down significantly on that storm, which is a good sign. So it does look like it's losing power quite a bit on that storm, which is good. We'll go ahead and put the storm motion on there. Make sure I've got my stuff pulled up there. But yeah, that's going to be that storm there. That produced some large hail with that. So it looks like it's kind of weakening a tad. Making sure that I'm getting everything on mine as well. Got some huge echo tops in there, well up into the 50,000 foot area into the atmosphere. So that's crazy. I wonder if that radar went down or something. I'm not getting the same radar image that I was getting a second ago. Kind of an empty hole there. You can see the outskirts kind of bringing some return in there, but that's not my computer yet. By the way, that's the radar. So we might have to switch radars there up to a northern radar and see if we can't get a better shot of those storms. Very strange with that last radar image there. Uh, see what this next radar image brings up for us. We'll switch up to the Fort Worth radar and see if we can't get a better shot with it. So again, this rotation is just over there by the Ben-Hur area. Still good rotation in there with that last radar image. That's a better radar image than the last one we had. So still good rotating storm there by the Ben-Hur area. And again, up to 40,000 foot, 50,000 foot echo tops. So a huge supercell. Let's see what our echo tops. There's your hail core there. I don't know what's wrong with the other radar, guys, but that was the radar's issue, not mine. So I'm not the only one having technical problems tonight. But there's your hail core. Still a very big hail core that produced that hail there. 2.75 estimated hail there by a trained spotter, baseball size hail, which is huge. That's estimated, not measured. And then 1.75 inches there of hail. That one's estimated as well. Reported by the ham radio for ping pong size hail there. So that's the report there from hail as well. So a lot of hail with that storm. Looks like it's still rotating quite a bit with that last image that we were able to pull up with the other radar. So we'll see if they extend that one out to the one to the north there. Still got some good rotation just to the south of there, which could be recycling to the south there. Let's take a look at our base reflectivity there. Might get something there, but that one expires here at the top of the hour. Not a whole lot of rotation in there. It looks like it's kind of lining out. So we'll see if they extend that one out as well, but that's for the counties of Bosk and Hamilton counties there in Texas as well. So we'll see what they do with that one. Those echo tops are well up into the 50,000 foot area as well into the atmosphere that you see here on your right. They're indicated by the red. So that's definitely something indicated of a supercell thunderstorm that's capable of producing the tornado. If you put it in motion on there on the left, since we switched radar, we're not getting a whole bunch of imaging there, but definitely still got some good rotation in there. We'll see what they do with that one as well, but that one does expire here at the top of the hour, so we'll see what they do with that. But that's your 2 tornado warnings there, guys. Switch this back over here to the base reflectivity, and we'll go to our, there's your rotation in there, guys. That's a pretty good rotation there going into the Thornton area. I imagine they're going to extend this one out if they keep having the rotation looking like that. But this one expires at the top of the hour, I believe. Let's see here. And that's going to be for, no, I'm sorry, 15 past the hour for Falls, Limestone, and McLean County. So that's going to be the tornado warning there. Good rotation in there. And we're seeing that hail core as well. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to triple pane mode and see if my computer will handle it so we don't have to keep switching back and forth here. Really appreciate everybody being here tonight. Let's see here. So we'll get that pulled up and we'll put this on the hail core there, as well as our CC drop in case anything hits the ground there. Not sure if that's can't really say if that's a debris signature there on the bottom, but we'll keep our eyes on it. The last image doesn't look like it could be, but definitely good rotation on that storm still. See how elevated it is. Let's see here. Not super high. Let's see here. But good rotation in that storm going into the Thornton area as well. Let me see. Making sure I'm not missing anything on my side. Checking a couple things. Starting to get a little bit more activity there. So, but going into the Thornton area, let me straighten this back up as well. So put the storm tracker on there. Just to the south of Goosebeck is where this is going. About ready to cross the State Route 114. So that's going to be your tornado warning there, just to the east of Waco still. Good base reflectivity on there. I was going to draw this out for you. See if I can't do that now. My computer wasn't cooperating with me earlier. We'll see if we can't get it to work this time. So let's see here. Going up into, I refuse to let this computer win tonight. It's gonna do what I tell it to do. So eventually, I promise. So let's see if that works. Do we get some drawing? Nope, we still haven't got it. I'll look in to see why it's doing that. It's winning right now, guys, but we'll get the bugs worked out. But you have your inflow into that notch. That last image looks like that rotation is still kind of there to the north of Thornton still. Storm tracker is right where it should be, going just to the south of Goosebeck there. This one expires here in another 15 minutes, so we'll see what they do with that. Feel free to jump in the comments, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, feel free to chat about whatever you kind of want to. Just keep it kosher. It's okay to have a little bit of fun right now, as it's a slower night and want to definitely get to know everybody as well. Helps get this stream out there to more people and get the warnings out to more people. On days that are slow like tonight, people are kind of lackadaisical because it wasn't hyped up a lot in the media. We did have a lot of tornado warnings earlier. So making sure that everybody's still aware and getting those warnings tonight is important. So we did have a flash flood pop up there just to the north there I saw. So that's something to watch as well with the flash flood warning, heavy rain with that. So make sure that we're not entering any areas of low-lying areas. Looking at this rotation down to the south by Valley Mills, nothing really down there, but definitely watching it. That's where our tornado warning was earlier, just to the north there, and that one did expire. They allowed that to expire. So the one tornado warning happening right now in Falls, Limestone, and McLean County there in Texas. And that's it, guys. And so we'll hang out here and keep looking at those until that one expires. That one's still got some good, decent rotation in there. Looks like it's trying to gust out a little bit, maybe some double vortices in there. We'll see what happens with this one. This one's kind of an interesting radar image. And one thing I did notice that I learned with my own platform software as I was training myself the other day is I can tell how far up into the atmosphere my radar beam's going. So out here, we're looking at 14. If we can look at the bottom of the radar beam, the lowest we're going is 14,000 feet into the atmosphere. So there's a lot of room between the bottom of that radar beam into the ground, and that's why it's so important that we have those storm spotters out there, because there could be something on the ground or not. And we want to make sure that we get those warnings out if there is something in the ground. But 14,000 feet into the atmosphere is not low to the ground. And I was able to see exactly where I'm looking and how high up my radar beam is going, which is interesting to me. So that's almost 15,000 feet up. So that one definitely has a more elevated, disorganized rotation on it, but definitely still underneath that tornado warning. We'll see what happens. Going into the Thornton area now with that hail core, that's going to be for the counties of Limestone, Falls County, as well as McLean County. So we'll zoom back out, give you kind of a look at where this is at. And I'll switch radars here real fast, just so you guys can see the tornado watch there. That's still in effect until 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this one's shows the hook very well on it. You know, I could do this in the other radar too. I might try that here in a second. But you see that good hook on that one right through there. You have your warm air is going in from the south up through there, and then you have your cold air wrapping around behind it. So hey, Jonathan, good to see you. Hope everything's good there in Tennessee. Thanks for stopping by. So you have your warm air going up into the storm and the cold air wrapping behind it, and that's where you get your rotation there by the Ben-Hur area. They did let that polygon shrink there. You saw that happen live there on stream. So that is the only tornado warning happening inside this tornado watch box right now as well. These storms over here to the south look like they're lining out a little bit. We did have a tornado warning on it earlier. We'll keep our eyes on that one to make sure that those don't spin up and they're there to the north. But kind of a slower stream, guys, and that's okay. I'd like to see slow streams, and that's exactly why I made the new channel for Weather Check Plus, because when I go live on this channel, I want to make sure that you guys are aware that it's something that's relatively significant, you know, that we're getting on the air for, even if it's something fun or we're out chasing. I don't want to ignore the minor threats that are out there, like days like today, where they're kind of slow days and not cover them because they're still dangerous days. So I wanted myself to have an option to make another channel called Weather Check Plus. They're on YouTube. You guys can look it up. Weather Check Plus. It's there on YouTube, and we'll go live there. It won't be a live stream with me speaking like this is, but I will be able to break in and do some I will be able to break in and do some updates as the storms happen. If we do have a potentially dangerous situation or something that needs to be covered, I can break into that stream and cover it for you guys. But I'll be hanging out in the chat, and we can kind of hang out and just chat about whatever, sports or weather or what you had for dinner, whatever it might be. Just making sure we do cover those events that are less minor, maybe more focused than an outbreak would be, but a way of still covering that as well. So if you guys love weather and you just like to hang out and chat with people, it's a great place to go. Weather Check Plus on YouTube, look it up. And then I'll go ahead and I'll throw that in the chat here for you. Thanks, Jonathan, about the APIs. I've got some of the stuff figured out. If you go check out the Weather Check Plus on that API call, I did get that figured out. You'll see all the list of current watches and warnings. Got the API call. If you guys know what API calls are, they're coming straight from the National Weather Service themselves. So that's updating in live time on the Weather Check Plus channel. So that's a new addition to that. We might integrate it into this stream as well, and see how that goes. And if I have some time today, maybe we'll play around with it on this stream since I'm live here already. But the API call is coming straight from the National Weather Service now. I got that figured out. So thank you for looking into that. But definitely was a learning curve to figure out the APIs and trying to get the information and warnings out to you guys in live time. That was a learning curve, but I got it figured out. So that's one thing, guys. If you have any dreams about chasing your dreams, not to sound too cliche and anything like that, but go chase your dreams. You know, try to figure it out. Teach yourself a skill. I'm teaching myself HTML right now. I'm sure that's probably the least amount of coding I probably will ever need in my life, for very basic, but I'm happy in teaching myself it. So very cool. So you guys should go chase those dreams if you have one. But so yeah, so there's your only tornado warning, guys. There in the McLean Falls area. So that's going to be your tornado warning there. And I think they're going to let this one expire here. We'll see what happens with it. But that one does expire here in about 7 minutes. So we'll see what they do with that one. Still, let's go back to our radar, look at the radar on that one. Take a look at the rotation there. Very disorganized rotation that we saw last time we looked at it. Let's see here. So we still got a good rotation there just to the south of Goosebeck. Nothing super crazy organized, but still rotating. Still a dangerous storm for sure. So it needs to be taken serious. Need to be in their safe place until the National Weather Service says it's time to come out. But that's that storm there. So let's see here. Hey, Kills.
Tornado warning for Limestone County in central Texas.
I'll take a look at that for you, Kills. That was your new tornado warning that just popped up in the area there. So I want to make sure I cover that. And that's for Limestone County. And that's going to be, I believe, for the same storm we were just looking at. So I think it's just an extension of that storm it is. And so that's going to pop up here on the screen as well. Let me look at Hunt County. I believe that's in Texas, Kills, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll be glad to look at that for you. So Hunt County in Texas. Thank you for watching from Hunt County in Texas. Texas is so huge and so many counties out there. It's hard to keep them all straight because I'm not from there. I'm from Arizona where we have big counties. So no, don't be sorry. Good question. Good question. So let's see here. Hunt County in Texas. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you guys being here. Again, really slow stream tonight just because I wanted to get on and say hey to everybody and cover the live events. I had some time to do so. That's by Greenville in just to the east of McKinney, Texas. So let me take a look at that here on my map as well. That's going to be northern Dallas. Okay, I got you. So let's see here. We'll go up to our radar. My computer is really slow tonight. So up by Greenville, this cell down here, you guys should be good. You guys in Greenville, going back to our tornado watch there, let's see if you guys are in there. I think you guys are outside of it. Yeah, so Greenville's up here. You guys are not underneath the tornado watch tonight as well. So you shouldn't have a very, very low chance of tornado warnings tonight, if anything at all. But definitely have a way of getting your warnings tonight. Most of the weather's to the south of Dallas, so you should be okay in Greenville. So Greenville's good. I would say for the night, just make sure you have a way of getting your warnings as always, because things can pop up. I've seen crazier stuff pop up. We I think we were on, if you guys have been here before, we were on a stream a couple weeks ago and we had a rogue supercell just going crazy down by San Antonio, Texas, well outside the watch area. I mean, states away. So it's definitely possible. Don't take my word for it not going to happen, because once I say it's not going to, it will. And then you guys will complain, which is okay. But yeah, so Greenville is okay. They're not in that watch area. Here's your watch area, tornado watch area for Texas. They did extend it over there into the Louisiana area, it looks like now. So we'll go ahead and look at that one. That one's going to go into the Louisiana area and expires at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we just saw that come up there live on air, guys. Then to the west of that is another watch area. That expires at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time as well. So most of East Texas, just to the south of Dallas, is in that watch area now until 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, including parts of Louisiana tonight. So that's an update as well. So you're so welcome. Thank you, Kills, for being here. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody being here tonight. So, and you can see there's that extension for that new tornado warning that we heard live on the air there for the Limestone County area. They did extend that tornado warning for that bigger polygon out until 8:45 Central Standard Time. So that's your tornado warning there. I'll go back to the radar and take a look at that. It was kind of had some good rotation in there still. It's trying to decide what it wants to do is what it's trying to do. So that one's got some good rotation there by the Goosebeck area, and it's moving at 25 miles an hour east, which is what we saw. So hey, Paul, good to see you. Hey, um, love Paul's avatar picture. I think it's what you call it, Love Lightning. So I remember you, Paul. Thank you for being here. I've seen you in other streams as well, and I always see that lightning shot. Very good shot. So back down to the south of Goosebeck area is where your rotation's at, and this one again was going to the east. Let's see here at 25 miles an hour, I believe, which is super. Yeah, moving east at 25 miles an hour, which is very slow. And so it's kind of sitting up there dancing around, maybe some multiple vortices in there as well. This one, if you guys are now joining us, I know we've had a couple people jump on. We had confirmed measured hail. Confirmed measured hail. That means somebody actually took out a tape measure and measured it at 4.5 inches in Waco, Texas today. That is huge hail. That is softball size hail. That is huge by a trained spotter. So those people are trained by the National Weather Service to recognize recognize and report storms, right? And so we know it's by a confirmed spotter. That's a big hailstone. We had some more behind it over there. I think that marker fell off there, but 4 inches was behind it. So it's definitely producing hail. Dangerous supercell thunderstorm there, producing hail and tornadoes as well. It did drop a brief tornado earlier, went confirmed by a spotter on the ground. So, hey, Andrew, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for my moderators being here. Linda Belk and Andrew, thank you for moderating. Really appreciate the work you guys do as well. And shout out to Kay Body, our other moderator. She is not feeling well the last couple of days. So my wife got sick as well. My dad's been sick. My mom's been sick. Everybody's been sick in the family. We live in separate houses, but my wife came down with a sore throat the last couple of days. So hoping knocking on doors, my mouth is dry. If you can't tell me stumbling through my words tonight, hoping I'm not getting it as well. But right now I feel pretty good. So hopefully Kay feels better. So thank you for moderators for being here. Really appreciate you guys being here. So just the one tornado warning happening tonight, guys, as well. And what I was going to do is I'm going to pull up the Weather Check on YouTube, Weather Check Plus on YouTube. That's a new channel that we got. And that's kind of to cover more of the less widespread events and kind of just a place to hang out and watch storms as they go through. If you're a weather junkie or just like to talk to people, it's a good place to be. And watch storms and get the word out there. I felt like I was neglecting some of the storms that were out there on days like today that aren't very busy on this channel because I didn't want to ping you guys with a million different chat notifications, right? So I wanted to give you guys an extra outlet to do. So yeah, Paul, she's not feeling good. So yeah, hopefully she feels better as well. So let me get that pulled up for you guys. It's going to be at Weather Check Plus on YouTube, and I'm going to drop the link in there if I can find it. My computer is not liking me today. If you're just now joining me, I'm not sure what's going on with my computer. I got this computer set up in January, and it worked fine. And then they did an update to it, and I kind of threw it for a loop, and I cannot figure where the bug is at in my computer. So if you guys know anything about computers, feel free to reach out. I'm not a computer junkie by any means. and I'm be glad to figure out where this thing's going wonky. But here we go. I got it pulled up for you. So Weather Check Plus on YouTube is our sister station, I can call it, I guess. And that's where we're going to cover less severe. I call it less severe. I got to come up with a better word for it. If you guys know or have any suggestions of what I can call it, not so widespread events happening throughout the country, we'll throw it on that channel. It'll be a radar, as well as you'll hear severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warning alerts going out as well for those areas. And then it'll give me the opportunity to jump in if something does go on the ground, potentially dangerous situation or something I need to cover. I can jump in, break in, and go live. But I will hang out there in the chat, and we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, sports, or as long as it's kosher. I'm good with getting to know everybody and giving them a place to kind of just hang out and watch the weather go through. Come and go as you please. It's only going to be active on days of less severe days. So it won't be a 24-hour stream, which is good. You guys will know when we go live. So just go ahead and click the subscribe button over there as well, and you get those notifications when we go live. So that's enough of that. I did drop the link in there. So thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. We did go live last night for the first time, kind of more of a test stream, and it worked pretty well. So I was excited about that and was able to just kind of hang back and talk to you guys. So that one tornado warning is still the one we have in effect there in Texas for the Goosebeck area. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and take a look at that a little bit closer. Still some good rotation in there now, well to the north and the east of the Thornton area. We'll put the storm tracker back on there, update it. See how our hail core is doing. We have another report of hail, 1.75 inches estimated by the emergency manager there. That's golf ball size hail. That's estimated as well. So still a huge hail core with this thing. 4.5 inch hail is huge. The one right behind it, the severe thunderstorm warning, is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning dedicated or deemed by the National Weather Service. Those aren't my words, those are their words. And that's for baseball size hail as well. So that's the severe thunderstorm warning for that area. So big hail core makers today for these storms, and that was kind of expected with these, with a few chances of tornadoes. I don't want to leave Florida out because I know Florida has got a moderate risk today for storms as well, so we'll go ahead and throw those up there as well. No tornado warnings in Florida, but you do see the severe thunderstorm watch there in Florida down there with some good thunderstorms dancing around out there to the middle part of Florida around Orlando. This severe thunderstorm watch, I believe that expires here. When does this expire? Make sure I get that pulled up right there. Expires at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be, I believe, another 45 minutes until that peak area expires there, but still have some good thunderstorms moving through there. Severe thunderstorm warnings there in Florida. And that was a moderate risk zone, more for hail than it was for any tornadoes. The tornado threat was there in Texas, and that's where you're seeing that tornado watch area there as well. So, right. And Linda just let you know College Station is now underneath that tornado watch until 1 p.m. 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. So what they're probably looking for is this line of storms right through here, moving further east. As it moves further east, has a chance to spin something up. So yeah, I was looking at models earlier, and it does look like it kind of calms down. I need to look at the other model. I haven't had a chance to do that in the last hour or two, see how it goes. But I might try that here in a second. Trying to stay hydrated so I don't get what my wife got. She was sick. So yeah, thanks for the subscribe, Paul. I really appreciate that over there on Weather Check Plus. So we have 100-degree temperature in the forecast here for Arizona. And I'm going to see if I do a live stream for that one. I might do a live stream watching to see when we hit our first 100-degree temperature here in Arizona. It's always a big deal for us here in Arizona when we hit 100 degrees. We don't get a lot of weather here, so I don't know if we call it celebrating hitting 100 degrees, but we do have things that we watch for here in Arizona when that happens. So, yeah, 100 degrees is not fun. I don't miss that part of Arizona when I move back, but beats 90 degrees in humidity for sure. So we'll go ahead and go back to our radar and take a look at that tornado warning there. Still got the good rotation in there with the hail core down there by the Goosebeck area, just to the east there of the Goosebeck area now. I wonder if there's any spotters in the storm. I haven't looked at their spotters tonight. We'll go back and take a look and see how many spotters are out there. Why not? Oh yeah, lots of spotters, guys. You can see all those green dots there are all indications of spotters that are out there. I see one that is live streaming. That is Mark Hall. I follow Mark Hall. He is on that gooseback storm. Of course he is. He's an awesome storm chaser, but he is looks like he's live streaming there on his website. So that's cool to see that. But we have a lot of spotters on that storm. So if it does drop a tornado, they'll report it to the National Weather Service, and we'll get it live here on our channel as well. So that is a lot of spotters on that storm. Is they're just out there. That's the central part of Texas, and you'll see that compared to our Arizona, which I'm actually on here. I think mine's turned off right now. But we have no spotters in Arizona right now because there's no weather there's a spot. So just kind of putting that perspective for you guys. But lots of spotters out there. They do an awesome job. So just call out to them. So that is your one tornado warning storm, guys. So thanks again for being here. If you guys are new here, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. You'll know when we go live. And I appreciate you guys being here. Again, slower stream. If you guys are new here, you guys you guys don't know how crazy the last couple months have been for tornadoes. But if you've been here for a while, it's been nice to have a kind of a slower stream. So, and I'm exhausted today. I went late with work, and I'm just ready for a slow stream. So that's okay. I'm good with that. You guys are awesome for being here, and we'll definitely watch this for a little bit. We might throw it onto the Weather Check Plus if things get a little bit slower. But definitely wanted to talk about that as well while we were on the live. So if you guys have any questions, I'm on here live. Happy to just chat about whatever. If you guys are sports fans, the Phoenix Suns made it to the playoffs, second round of the playoffs in the NBA playoffs there yesterday, and so they're playing Denver next. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Most of my coworkers are from Denver, and it'll be a good rivalry. We've already started talking some trash on them. So there's a new storm tracker there. Rotation still going towards the far Texas area. So that's your rotation in there. Very messy supercell as well. Check our echo top. Still echo tops up into the 50,000 foot area. So still high echo top, high inflow on that one. That last updated image could be some good rotation in there. Could be ramping back up again. So we'll keep our eyes on this one and see if they extend it out. This one expires here in about 20 minutes. So we'll keep our eyes on that. So thanks, Linda. But now you can be a Suns fan, Linda, if you're not an NBA fan. I'm not a huge NBA fan. I used to play basketball in high school and used to love watching the NBA. And I've gotten away from it. I'm a big hockey fan. It's gotten so expensive to watch sports. That's why I stopped watching a lot of it. So I watch a lot of football. I have stopped watching hockey because that's expensive to watch too. So, but I love hockey as well. If you guys can't tell from behind me, right, I have the wall of sports back there, which I'm eventually going to change out, I think, to more reflect our weather stuff. But I'm a huge sports fan if you guys can't tell. So um, let's see here. So again, this is going to be for the counties of Limestone in Texas. Very good rotation in that storm there. So kind of a messy storm, but still good rotation in there. Broad rotation in it. Let's see how high up in the atmosphere it goes. Still good high rotation on the storm. So good rotation in the storm. Looks like it kind of took an uptick there in the last image we got. So we'll keep our eyes on it for sure. Seems to be another storm headed for Waco. There is the one right behind it. That's for the destructive thunderstorm there. We can take a look at that. There might be some brief spin-ups down here by China Spring. I am seeing a little bit of rotation in this storm down here. Let me switch this back over to the base reflectivity and set my radars back up again. Not crazy rotation in it, but there is rotation in there. And I have to go back. Let's go see if we can't put it in motion. See if we get any rotation in there. Looks like it could be trying to organize. Hard to say with those radar images. But yeah, we do have we had the tornado warning up there, which I did pause it right there. That's an old tornado warning right there that you're seeing over there by the Grantsville area. So that one did produce a tornado. It is now a destructive thunderstorm. There's your current look at your supercells right there. And so that's going to be your severe thunderstorm warning there. Going into Waco now, a good bow in that as well. So some damaging winds probably. Let's see what those winds are. That's going to be 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we're getting into the damaging wind area for sure. And that's on the heels of this Waco, Texas storm for sure. Good rotation in the last update down there for the Waco storm as well. We are seeing good rotation in this one to the north. That my one by China Springs might go warned again. We'll keep our eyes on it. Not super tight rotation in there, but we'll keep our eyes on it. And then down to the south there, that one's out there on the skirts of the radar, kind of dancing around down there in that radar hole, not being able to get a good one. So they are moving very slow, kills. So about a month ago with all of the breakouts, a lot of the storms were moving at 60, 70 miles an hour, sometimes 55 miles an hour. And so that's like, you just imagine driving down the road at 55 miles an hour to 70 miles an hour. That storm, that tornado headed towards you at that rate of speed is pretty fast, right? And so this one's going at 25 miles an hour. So that one's really, really slow with that. So definitely moving very, very slow tonight for those storms, which can be a good and a bad thing. And we talk about that a lot. Um, People might get in their safe places and be like, oh my gosh, the storm's already passed me or it's taking forever to get here. And they'll jump out of their safe place too soon and then they'll get hit by the storm. It's hard to keep the kids entertained if you have kids with those types of storms as well, to keep them in a safe place. And then as well, those tornadoes, the more they're in one spot, the more damage they can do as long as they stay on the ground. They have a harder time staying on the ground to move further and further slower, but definitely something that is a possibility with that. So give and take on that one. I'd rather have a slower moving storm than a fast moving storm. But all right, let's see. So we have these two storms we're watching, guys. Those are only tornado warnings right now, or this only tornado warning we have right now is there in Limestone in Texas. So good rotation in it. The last image looks like it's kind of weakening a little bit, could be transferring around a little bit. Um, So trying to decide what it wants to do. It does expire here in, I believe, 15 minutes, I believe is what it is. All right, the other one's coming into Waco right now. If you know anybody in the Waco area, that's about ready to cross over the Interstate 35 area. And let's do this. Let's take a jump out real fast to our other radar and take a look at some of these cells on the other radar. Kind of do a quick glance around. So you can see these are kind of going more in a linear fashion, but they're definitely got some instability in there as well when it comes to that line. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But this one down here by the Gatesville area, probably should watch that one as well. That's the one I'm looking at with some rotation in there. But that is your severe thunderstorm warning there, and that one's for 2-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So lots of hail tonight with these storms. This one over here by Louisiana, we might want to go look at that one too. Some good thunderstorm over there going into the Mini area. Let me see if we can't get a radar pulled up for that one on my side. And we'll switch it back to our other radar for you guys to see. Uh, awesome, Paul. Thank you so much. I am not a Discord guru either, guys. So feel free to play around in Discord and make sure you guys keep it kosher. If you have any suggestions for Discord, I'd be happy to hear those as well. But thank you for joining the Discord, and you'll get notifications on there on Discord when I go live as well. It's a good way of getting notifications. I believe there's 2 sections in there. One's for tornado warnings, and the other one's for the SPC Storm Prediction Center. And those will automatically post the tweets from the National Weather Service there in the Discord channel, so you'll be able to see those as well if you don't have Twitter. So thank you for joining, Paul. I really appreciate that as well. So let me see here. You guys are looking at the tornado warning there in Texas. I'm working on the Louisiana storm and getting that pulled up for you guys to see if we can see anything on that storm. It looks like a good thunderstorm over there. We'll go to Shreveport, maybe. Get that loaded up. It looked like it was a pretty good thunderstorm over there. And it does go into that watch area, so we'll see what happens with that. And thank you for the one person watching on Twitch. I think they chimed in last stream and said hello. And so hello to you. I'm not sure who that is, but good to see you over there on Twitch. We do have people on Facebook as well. And Facebook is hard for me to see. I'm not sure. You can chat, I think, on Facebook. We have a couple people watching on Facebook. So if you guys chat, I think it will pop up for me to see on my side. But feel free to throw it in there. If not, I apologize. Come over to YouTube and you guys can chat over there because I do definitely see that as well. So, okay, so I got the Shreveport one pulled up. Let's see if I can't get that pulled up for you guys. All right. So we'll go to this one. My computer is just slow tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with it. So, okay, so over to the Shreveport storm. All right, there we go. So there's a Shreveport storm. It's not Shreveport, actually. We're on the Shreveport radar. Going to be just to the south of Shreveport, probably a good ways. So around the Zwall area, just on the Texas, Louisiana border there, just to the south of Pleasant Hill is where we are. So just to zoom out, there's Shreveport radar. That's the radar we're using. Kind of between both of these radars. So we might go back down there, excuse me. So the severe thunderstorm warning down there is going into the Manny area. There is some rotation with it. Nothing super crazy with that storm, but we'll keep our eyes on it for sure. It is away from the radar. We are looking at um, about 4,000 feet into the atmosphere with that radar image there. And so that's not super high. So we're getting a good shot of that. And we have some reports of 1 inch size estimated hail by the public there for that one as well. We'll go ahead and put the base reflectivity on that so you can see the precipitation as well as the base velocity. So not super organized. It's trying with a little bit. That's just to the south of or north of Manny there. So, but it's trying, but it's a good little thunderstorm out there for sure. So that's going into that watch box that they just reissued for the tornado watch until 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. So that could definitely spin up later on, especially. So we'll keep our eyes on it. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So, all right, what are they going to do with this tornado warning here in Texas? What do you guys think? Are they going to let it go? Let's take a look at the radar. Looks like the one to the north there by China Springs has some decent rotation there by Lacey Lakeview. Lacey Lakeview, that's an interesting name for a town there. So we'll see if they warn that out. It's starting to notch out there. You can see on our base reflectivity right there. Um, so our right here on our base velocity is there, but if you put it on the storm motion, there's not a lot of rotation in that storm. So we'll see what they do with that one. I'm going to say that one's not going to go warned just because it's relative to that storm motion there, but we'll see. Still rotation in there. It's starting to notch out. We'll keep our eyes on it. But down here to the south, we'll see what that one's doing. That one looks like it's starting to weaken a little bit, but still has some good rotation there. To the east of Thornton, you can tell that this one, they're live in the air. They shrunk that polygon. So we'll see what happens. Going towards the Buffalo, Texas area. Not underneath the warning right now, but again, this is for Limestone County until another 10 minutes. So another report of hail. I think we already looked at that 1.75 estimated by the emergency manager there in Groesbeck. Call it Goosebeck, Groesbeck. Sorry about that. All right. So that is your tornado warning there. We're watching the one to the Waco area. Definitely something to watch with the hail threat with that one. Let's take a look at the hail core on that one. Still some good hail with that. Indication of tennis ball size hail. Not much difference between a tennis and a baseball. I'm not sure what the difference is of the size of that is, but that's by the National Weather Service. Tennis ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with a destructive thunderstorm there as well. So I saw some crazy hail videos on Twitter. Yeah, 4.5-inch hail. I gotta, if you have that, Andrew, tag me in it. At the weather check on Twitter, guys. You can always tag me what you guys are seeing there, or reach out to me on there. Shoot me a message, whatever you're seeing, or just tag me in the reply there. But if you saw that on Twitter or wherever you saw that, Andrew, I'd love to see if someone got 4.5 softball size hail. That's big, and that was measured by a storm chaser, so that's huge. So I was seeing the all famous Reed Timmer. Someone was videoing his car and all the big hail dents in his car, and he just puts that thing through the washer for sure. But good for him for doing it. So I don't know how they uh, they manage to keep those things together sometimes, but I don't think that was anything 4.5-inch hail that he drove through. Maybe so, but so that rotation looks like it's definitely starting to weaken a little bit. Um, Still in there. We'll see what happens, but that's going to be for the far area, Farrar, Farrar, Farrar area as well. Yeah, I don't. Was there hail in there in Florida, Paul? That's crazy. I'm not sure if you were here. We did take a look at Florida too. Got some good severe thunderstorm warnings going through there in Florida. You guys are underneath that severe thunderstorm watch until I think it's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll zoom out and take a look at that for you. But good thunderstorms there. Some severe thunderstorm warnings for quarter-size hail. No wind gusts with that one. Let's see if there's any of these 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with ping-pong-size hail up there by the Ocala area in Florida. And let's see, this is half-dollar size hail. So I don't know how they get from half-dollar is probably about that big. Golf ball's a little bigger. I don't know. They really are distinct on their descriptions with those, which is interesting. So I actually took a National Weather Service. I'm a Skywarn certified spotter for the National Weather Service, and they did give us a list of like the different hail sizes and how they correlate. I just forgot what it was. I should try to dust that off somewhere. I know it's out there. So um, I think the biggest I've seen is hail myself is probably pea size hail, marble size maybe, marble size for sure. Awesome, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. So that's your tornado watch over here in Texas. The one over here in the Dallas area, just to the south of Dallas, expires at 11. um, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then the one to the east of there, everything to the east of there in the pink is going to be until 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then down here in the Orlando area, this one expires, I believe, in 22 minutes for your severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So good little thunder, man, supercell out there off the coast of Miami, dancing around out there. The blue boxes is for a special marine um, warning for that area. In case I haven't looked at these a lot and just fun to look at, but small craft advisory, they could be damaged by high winds or waves. So that's what that blue box is there for. Kind of like a severe thunderstorm warning on the water is what that looks like. So that's what that blue box is there for as well. But that's something we have to talk about a lot because we're usually over land. So I thought I'd throw that up there. But let's go back into our tornado warning and get that pulled up and see how that's going. So, all right, looks like that rotation has weakened quite a bit. They did put a severe thunderstorm warning on that there. You saw that pop up live, and that's for that 60-mile-an-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. So that was extended out into the Buffalo area. We'll see if they extend this tornado warning out. Looks like it's starting to wrap itself off and choke itself off from the inflow of the storm. So we'll see how the storm progresses here in the next couple of minutes. But it looks like it's pretty slow. So, and marine warnings with the blue box to hope no boaters are out there boating. I bet. I know nothing about boats. I live in Arizona, but yeah, I can only imagine going through crazy weather on the ocean. That's scary. I can only imagine. So I've been on a cruise ship off of the coast of Miami in a kind of not a severe in a thunderstorm with some lightning. I don't know if it's severe or not, but that was kind of interesting. It was definitely rocky and lots of rain, kind of eerie feeling, but was fun. At the same time, I'd do it again. So it'd be fun to own a boat, I think. So going into that Waco storm right behind it, guys, now to the south of Waco is that kind of that rotation we saw. Um, Still a good hail core with this one. Let's switch our CC out for the hail there on the very bottom right. Um, so the hail core is definitely diminished a little bit with that one, but going into the Waco area, kind of the same path the one right here took as well. And that is going to be crossing the I-35 there here any minute. The cell behind it, we were watching the rotation there, and it does have some rotation there by the Pidcoke area. We'll keep our eyes on that one. There's some good rotation there, even with the storm relative velocity on. So I would say we'll watch that one. That one could go warned here in a couple minutes, depending on what the next images show there. So, all right, let's see here. And this one's going to have 2.5-inch hail radar indicated as well. So big hail threat for sure, like we were talking about. So we have a measured 1.75 by a train spotter there, right behind it in there as well, just to the south of Event, Texas. So Good hail, measured hail too. Good for the spotters for being out there and actually measuring. A lot of times you'll see estimated, not measured hail reports. That's good to see. So very weak rotation on this storm. We'll see the one over here to the east of Waco is the one we're really watching here. And again, we'll see how this stream goes. Really, really slow. Um, One thing I did want to kind of talk about, I had a friend, we'll see. I'm not sure I'll get into that. I had a friend that is a first responder that is uh, that is just releasing his first film that he produced himself. It's he was a paramedic and he just released a self-supporting film that's going to be in theaters in June. He recorded it about 2 years ago, and then he's bringing that to production. So if you guys are interested to hear about that a little bit, I'll be glad to talk about that. He did give me permission to kind of show that to you guys if you guys wanted to see it. But he quit his job from being a paramedic, and then decided he was going to live homeless for about a year in a van. And so he did it. He did it, and it was very interesting. So if you guys want to hear about it, let me know in the chat. I'll be glad to show you that as we wrap the stream up. If you guys want to see it, or I'll just post it on my Twitter, whatever you guys want to see. But he did let me talk about that, and I wanted to support him. He's got a good story. He's a good guy, really good friend of mine. So good story. And then he just released his trailer for that. It's going to be in theaters in June, I believe. Yeah, good story too. Very cool story. Um, he had a lot of good insight. He was on our local news here in Phoenix a couple days ago promoting it, and just a good story all the way around. That looks like a very disorganized storm there, guys. We still have some rotation in there, getting into that radar folding again. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of that for you. I wish I could, but we're seeing less of it. You can see how that radar folding goes up there into like almost a half circle. And again, that's just a radar beam going out, coming back and saying, not sure what's there. That's all it's saying, hey, I went out and then I came back, but I can't tell you what I ran into. I ran into something. So that's what the purple's for there. And why it always happens in a circle, I don't know. I wonder if it has something to do with the terrain. But a lot of times in the scans that we get, they'll disappear a little bit. And I'm not sure what happens with I think the radars themselves actually can see that as well, and they can update that area and kind of scan for it again because we seem like it goes away quite a bit. And I can actually get rid of that too on mine, but you just won't see anything in that area. So I like to leave it on just so I know it's there. Let's see. This one expires here again, guys. This is for Limestone County. It expires here in 2 minutes. So I think, just based off that last image, hard to see with that purple in there. And the base reflectivity is very disorganized. Um, they might let this one go. So we'll see what happens with it. Only tornado warning happening right now in Texas, though. So if you guys are new here, really appreciate you guys being here. Of course, smash the like button, hit the bell notification. Like button helps get those notifications out there to everybody else on YouTube. And then the bell notification lets you know when I come online live so I can bother you guys. And you guys can jump on and chat with me. So that's what that bell notification is for if you guys didn't know. So let's see, we have 1 minute until that expires there. Let's see here. We'll take a look at some of them there behind. There's one down there to the north of San Antonio. Maybe we'll look at that one on the other radar. And that Shreveport one, I do have that one still pulled up. We'll pull up that one real fast as well. Let's see if that one went to the right radar. I think it's in the right radar. Let's check. I think you guys are seeing it. Yeah, okay. There's a Shreveport one. Definitely getting some little bit of rotation in there. We'll see what happens with that one. It's on the outskirts of that radar there. Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at the other one there. That's the one we were already looking at. Not paying attention to what I'm doing, guys. Sorry about that. Here's a Shreveport one over here by Manny. Definitely some rotation in there too, but very weak. Nothing to be concerned about with that. We might see a little bit of notching there by the Fort Jessup area. And this is in the tornado watch area, so it definitely could spin up at any given minute. So we're watching that one too. But very disorganized at this time. This is for hail, I believe, which is severe thunderstorm warning for that one. Golf ball size hail, I believe. Yeah, golf ball size hail. 60 mile an hour wind gusts and golf ball size hail. So that's there right over the Texas-Louisiana border. Let's see here. I do want to look at that one down there by San Antonio, just because I'm curious myself. Let's look at it on the other radar first before we switch radars. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys where you're watching at. It doesn't have to be weather related. Any comments, be glad to discuss any of it. And I'm just noticing as I'm switching radars, my screen's going completely black, which is super weird. I apologize for that. Again, I think my computer's overloaded. And I can't figure out for the life of me why, but doesn't usually do that. So the one down there by San Antonio looks like it's a very small cell. So we might not check that one, but that one's going to be severe thunderstorm warning for quarter size hail down there in Hays and Travis County. They're just to the north of San Antonio. It's still inside that tornado watch box. We'll keep our eyes on it, but that one is just now starting to pop up there. And sometimes what you see happen is these move to your east, and this one starts to move more to the north, and they kind of combine the energy and then kind of spin up there. They did let the other one go there by the Waco area, just the east of Waco. So we have no tornado warning, guys. No tornado warnings going on right now, which is good. We want to make sure that the thing is not going to recycle there on what they call the tail end Charlie of this storm. So let's take a look at our base velocity, or I'm sorry, yeah, our base velocity and our radar here on this one to make sure that we're not seeing that recycle. Let's put that back up for you guys. I'm going to get rid of the triple pane mode and put it up back on dual pane mode there for a couple seconds just so we can make sure we're seeing everything right. We might be seeing a little bit of that transfer of the rotation down there to the south, like we see a lot of the times with these storms. Some notching there in the base velocity as well. So it's definitely possible that could be recycling a little bit. But for right now, that tornado warning did expire there for Limestone County as well, and still have that hail core in there as well. So we'll keep our eyes on that one. Up by the Waco area, nothing super crazy up there in the Waco area, as well as down to the south. Still some rotation in there, but nothing super crazy with that one as well. So pretty slow night, guys, and I really appreciate that. Love seeing no tornado warnings. If you guys are new here, that's probably the counterintuitive thing that you guys will never hear on probably another stream is I get excited when there's no tornado warnings because nobody gets hurt. And I'm not here to bring hype to the situation. I'm here to save lives, and nobody gets hurt with no tornado warnings. So that's always good. I love tornadoes, but I love to see them when they're not there too. So um, yeah, absolutely. Hey, April Coco, good to see you. So let's talk a little bit about that, Paul. Thank you for reminding me. Um, Definitely want to make sure that you guys have a way of getting your warnings tonight. Don't want to bring any levity to the situation because we're still in that tornado watch area for tonight. These storms are not messing around. Even though they're not tornado warning storms, we're seeing 4.5-inch size hail with these storms, and that's damaging hail with wind. So again, you guys need to have a way of getting your warnings and take all the warnings seriously. Um, for sure, and make sure you have a way of getting these warnings tonight. These storms are not messing around, like Paul was saying. Thank you, Paul, for bringing that out. They're not. They really are. We had one that was confirmed on the ground earlier. That same cell that just went expired was confirmed on the ground by a train spotter just to the west of Waco. So we did have those confirmed on the ground at one point as well. So definitely something to watch for the rest of the night until we'll talk about our watches here until let's see here 10 Central Standard Time here for the upper box. Let's go ahead and turn the radar off here and our warnings off here. And so for this spot right here, northern part of this warning area, this is in effect till 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then this line right here, everything to the east of this hard line is going to be till 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's your tornado watch box. And let's go through what a watch and a warning means as well. A watch is a letting you know that there's a favorable condition for a warning to happen. So you always watch for a warning, okay? And so for a watch to happen, you're watching for a tornado warning. Those conditions are favorable, but there's no imminent threat of a tornado at that time. And then if you have a warning, which is those red polygons that we're seeing, those warnings mean that there is a tornado or a storm capable of producing a tornado in that area, and you need to be in your safe place at that time. So the watch gives you the the notice to be on notice in case a warning happens. So put your severe weather plan into place and make sure you have it ready to go for that watch. And then if you have a warning, that plan is on hold and you put it into action and you go to your safe place. So that's the difference between your watches and your warnings. For that, I get that. I have people that get that messed up all the time. So it's hard to explain them for me to explain. I see why people get messed up with it as well. So um, that's the difference between your watch and your warning. So yeah, definitely something to definitely take serious tonight with your storms if you're out there. If you're going to bed, make sure you have a way of getting your National Weather Service updates by your radar radio. Make sure you have a battery plugged into that in case your power goes out. And make sure you have multiple ways of getting your warnings in case the tower goes down, your phone doesn't go off. You have that National Weather Service radar. Sometimes the sirens don't even go off. I had that happen to me before in the past as well. And I think one of our moderators had that happen to her. Sometimes the sirens don't even go off because they lose power. So definitely something to make sure you have different ways of getting your warnings tonight. But right now, if you're just now joining us, no tornado warnings happening here in the U.S. So that is good. So severe thunderstorm warnings will turn our warnings and radar back on here. And we're definitely seeing these storms starting to increase in size and intensity a little bit as well as they're moving further to the east. So we're going to keep our eyes on that as well. But nothing right now, so nothing super going crazy. So just definitely afraid. You don't mind meteors, definitely afraid of tornadoes. That's hilarious. That's a good point. I've never seen a meteor, so I definitely am more scared of a tornado than a meteor, for sure. So. Yeah, Kills, I think you guys are good tonight. I'm glad to see tonight you are not in that path, at least for right now. So you're up there and you guys look good for right now. Just some rain going through your area, so that's good. Yeah, absolutely. So did you guys see the northern lights that happened all the way down into Arizona? They even got pictures of it. I saw a picture of some cactus, saguaro cactus with the northern lights, which is super crazy. So um, yeah, so the Northern Lights are super crazy, and I saw them all the way down to Michigan. There's some pretty pictures of the Northern Lights that are happening that were out there as well. So very cool to see that the last couple of days. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but check it out on Google it or on Twitter. You can type in Northern Lights, uh, Aurora Borealis, and it will come up. There's some pretty cool pictures out there. So yeah, I didn't try in Arizona. They said Arizona wasn't going to see them either, but I guess they did. So um, I was surprised. I'm not sure how much they were visible to the naked eye um, with those pictures. I've done photography. I have a DSLR as well, and I know how much you can capture that light as more as you leave that shutter speed open, right? So it definitely could be something that wasn't naked or visible to the naked eye, and you could catch it on camera. But definitely in the Phoenix area, I saw those northern lights captured at least on camera. So that was crazy to see that. I don't know again if I could see them if I would have went outside to check, but I've never seen them in real life. I would love to go to Alaska to see the Northern Lights or somewhere that has them. So I have a friend that lives in Canada, and I ask him about the Northern Lights all the time. I'm like, "Do you pay attention to those?" He's like, "Oh, it just happens all the time." So it's kind of like to him, it's kind of like just an old news type thing. He's an older gentleman, probably in his 80s, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, it kind of happens all the time." But yeah, yeah, Northern Lights in Florida would be all too funny. That would be cool. I wonder if you would get a reflection off of, I'm sure you would, off of the ocean. That would be a cool thing to see, Northern Lights on the ocean for sure. And Paul brings up a good point. Thank you, Paul. With the weather radios must have a wake up alarm. And there's a feature on there, make sure you have that wake up alarm turned on for all your alerts. And then again, yeah, if you're packing something for your go bag to go to your safe place, helmets are a great idea, way of protecting your head for like hockey helmets or anything like that, baseball types helmets, bicycle helmets for the kids you might have laying around to protect yourself from any flying debris. Put as many walls between you and the outside of your home as possible, innermost part of your home, lowermost part of your building, away from any doors or windows, and cover yourself with even a mattress. Anything to protect yourself from that flying debris is important. If you're in a car, don't try to outrun it. Go to a sturdy structure. Overpasses are not a safe place. I saw a picture the other day with a bunch of people pulled over underneath an overpass. Not a safe place to go. Causes traffic backup, but it accelerates those winds going underneath the overpass, and that's not something that you want. It kind of funnels all that debris through there too, so you don't want to be part of that wind gust that goes through there. So don't go to an overpass. If you have to and you're caught outside, lie in a ditch, cover your head, do that thing there. So hopefully you're not in that area as well. But mobile homes are still one that I get questions on all the time. Mobile homes are not a safe place, guys. I lived in the mobile home. I would not want to go through a tornado in that. It was a nice mobile home. And I would not want to go through a tornado in that thing. Those are not considered sturdy structures by the National Weather Service. So if you are in a mobile home and you're getting your severe weather plan into place, make sure you have a place to go, whether it's a neighbor's house or a local convenience store or something that's close by that you can get to in a matter of time to be safe with. Don't try to ride out in your mobile home. It is not a sturdy structure. So I get that question all the time. Even on my Twitter, I get messages sometimes of like, hey, what about a mobile home? Where's the best place to be? And my answer is nowhere. So unfortunately, you don't want to be in a mobile home, unfortunately. So yeah, they are very dangerous. I had one that was even considered by, I think the real estate inspector as a home. They were considered a home because it was tied to the ground, but I couldn't see it. I mean, even when it got windy, that thing would make noise. So um, yeah, mobile homes are not considered safe structures by the National Weather Service. We luckily had a storm shelter right out of our back door that was built into the side of the hill. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard me tell the story or not before, but I was out chasing, this is in Tennessee, I was out chasing a tornado at night. And I had arranged to go to our local DJ's station that was covering the live weather if I needed a safe place to go. And we got a tornado warning for our area. And I flew to the local DJ's place and went to push on the front door, and it was locked. He was already in a safe place. He locked me out. And we just got the tornado warning. I didn't know where the tornado was at the time, except for on radar. And so I started to head towards home. It's probably about a 10-minute drive. I stopped looking at the speedometer, and I don't condone this, at 100 miles an hour. And I got there, and my wife and our dog was in the storm shelter as well. And we sat in there for about 5 minutes, and the tornado went through our yard, damaged a ton of homes. It was the Waynesboro tornado. You can look it probably up on Google. It damaged a bunch of homes and knocked down a bunch of power lines. That was the most scariest thing I've ever went through, is hearing that tornado. I could hear it off in the distance, and it wasn't like a gust of wind. It just got increasingly louder. Um, my only regret, and I don't, again, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that. So, um, but I did not see it. We had a plexiglass window in our storm shelter, and I could see the mobile home from there. And I was just waiting for the whole thing to explode because I knew that tornado was close to us. And the power went out. I heard all of our weather radios go off in the house, and it started making a bunch of noise. I was covering storms on I have a Facebook page for the state of Tennessee that I help run as well. I've done that for about 5 or 6 years. Tennessee Storm Chasers on Facebook, if you guys want to check that out. Just for the state of Tennessee, though. But I help run that with a couple other guys. I was covering it for that. Everything flashed, went out because the power went out. It got super dark. We were on 4 acres of land, so there's no power around us. And I just heard that thing go by, and we had a huge tree that was, oh my gosh, the thing was huge. Around the corner from us, talking of mobile homes, this huge tree fell on the mobile home, and it looked like someone had just taken like a knife with hot butter and just went right down the middle of it. And it was just a section like was straight down pulled out of it. It was crazy to see. I have pictures of it somewhere. Um, but yeah, mobile homes are not a safe place to be. I lived in them, and we luckily had that storm shelter outside of our door. So that's my crazy living through the tornado warnings. And now we live in Arizona, so where we don't have tornadoes, thankfully. So I love chasing them back there. If you guys are on my channel, you can see my shorts as well. Some of my chasing experiences, I have some wall clouds on there and some crazy lightning and stuff. And that's all in the state of Tennessee. I've chased in Texas before, but I love chasing and being in that area to chase, but don't like living in it because I've always worried about something happening at home, of course. So I understand that. So let's take a quick look around. Enough of me talking, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. It's been a long day at work for me, and it's really kind of therapeutic talking to you guys and being able to kind of just hang out and everything, have a less crazy stream tonight. glad it's kind of a less crazy stream because again, nobody gets hurt with no tornadoes. So let's take a look on our radar around kind of what's going on since I've been talking way too much. And watching this storm on my side, you guys can't see anything. I just think I just brought it up for you guys. Now you guys can see. I was watching this as I was talking, guys. So even as I'm blabbering, I'm still watching the weather for you guys. But this storm is starting to rotate still a little bit there, just to the north of Killeen, Texas. Still some good rotation in there. Nothing yet, but this is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning deemed by the National Weather Service, and that's going to be for the counties of Coryell and northern Bell County in Texas. Baseball size hail indicated with that. So we'll see what happens with this one. Let's check the echo tops on there, see what it's at. Good echo tops. So, excuse me, healthy supercell through there for sure. Just to the south of Avant, I believe is how you say that. So that's that cell that I'm watching there in the background. Everything up to the north of there, we still have these cells up here. We'll go ahead and turn the base velocity back on. This is our old tornado warning there, well east of Waco now. But this one did produce tornado warning probably about 2.5, 3 hours ago. Not a lot of rotation there. We need to switch our radars out as well for this eventually. But I want to keep on this one. I might switch it on the other radar here in a second. But nothing super crazy with this southern storm down here that I can tell. So not a lot of rotation happening except for this one by here on the Killeen area. Killeen, I think is how you say that, Killeen. So yeah, let's see here. Your son lived in Moore when that oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. That's crazy. Just reading through that, steel safe rooms. Bolted. Oh yeah, those. I was at Costco I'm reading Linda Belk's comment here about the steel safe rooms bolted to the garage floor. I was in Costco in Tennessee, and they have these not storm chasing, storm protection pods that you can put in like your closet and in your garage, and I'm guessing that's kind of what you were talking about there, Linda, or something similar. And that was interesting to see. That's kind of cool. They were expensive. I'm not sure if you can finance those, or I wish there was some type of grant that we could get to people so they could have those installed in those homes. But those are cool. And I saw with I think it was the Rolling Fork um, storm I think it was a Rolling Fork storm. Anyways, one of those in the last couple months had a metal cellar or metal storm shelter, and it was the only thing left standing with the house. And they had their friends and family in that cellar, and everybody lived through it. So those things definitely save lives, those metal buildings for sure. So Paul, I've loved weather ever since I was 8 years old and probably younger than that. Even living in Arizona, we get some pretty crazy thunderstorms and lightning. That's why I love lightning out here in Arizona. It's so flat and you can see the lightning out here in Arizona for sure. Um, Crazy lightning happening in Arizona. And if you guys haven't heard already, my plans are, and I have no reason not to do it unless we don't get good monsoons this year. See what this last update looks like. Looks like we're getting some good rotation in there. We're checking, see what happens with it, see how high up in the atmosphere it goes. Nothing super crazy on it. I was looking at a weird tilt on that one too, but now we're back down. So some little rotation in there, nothing super crazy. We're watching it still, but so this summer I will be out chasing lightning for sure, chasing our severe thunderstorm warnings that come through here in Arizona. The dust storms recently coined in the last probably 10 years as a haboob, which is a Middle Eastern term for dust storm. We used to always call them dust storms back in the day. But haboobs, which can go miles into the atmosphere of dust walls, they're crazy. So we'll probably go chase some of those this summer. I'm always out doing it anyways, so why not bring you guys along? It's a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how the cell phone coverage is out here, even though we're in the middle of the city. There's still a lot of issues with some holes, but we'll see how that goes. And then I have a good place that I go shoot lightning at with our camera. We'll probably take you guys to do that as well. So love weather since I was 8. I've always done it. We're always out driving around and all that stuff. So yeah, Rolling Fork prayers for them as well. I posted a update to my Twitter account yesterday, and they're still dealing with the cleanup there. And so we don't want to forget about those people. The hype goes away, and definitely don't want to forget about those people. I've been on the ground for disaster areas I've gone to different places for tornadoes and floods and hurricanes, and those people are affected for years afterwards. And as the media slowly drifts away from it because it's not ratings, and I'm probably guilty of that myself, not because of the ratings part, but just there's so much that's going on. It's hard to keep those guys in perspective and how the lives change. And that's one of my goals here on the channel. And I'm kind of rambling here, guys. But that's kind of one of the goals of my channel. It's weather check, weather with purpose is our catchphrase or catch tag on our channel here. And I came up with that because I really do care about people that are been out there affected by storms. Not that other people don't that cover storms, but really do care about them. I really want to use this channel to bring good to that situation. I've been out and chased tornadoes. More than chasing tornadoes, I would love to get this channel to the place where you guys could help me give back to that situation. Instead of flying out to chase the tornadoes, I would love to fly out after the fact and give back to those communities. I know nothing about doing that. I know something about doing it. I know nothing about taking donations and organizing that stuff, so I haven't really released that yet. But definitely that's one of my goals with this channel. I haven't really talked about it much on this stream as much because I really just want it right now to make sure everybody's safe. But one of my goals is to get that purpose back to those communities like Rolling Fork, and make sure those guys are taken care of and they stay in front of everybody, at least from my channel perspective, right? And making sure we're giving back to as much as we can to those people in need. So that's my goal with this channel, guys. So, and you guys are part of that. You know, I can't do that without the YouTube platform and being out there. And I know there's people that do that, do these live streams out there on YouTube, and I can't speak to what they're doing. But I know I've been on the ground, boots on ground myself. I've taken money from friends and family and taken it to disaster zones in the past, and that's my goal with this channel eventually overall. So. Um, that's important to keep bringing that up. So Rolling Fork, thank you for bringing that up, Linda, and keeping that in perspective for us as well. It's a good call out there. Just kind of doing a quick look around. It looks like this storm could be rotating down there again. Um, that's that East Waco storm, but very disorganized, very disorganized. So we'll put the storm tracker back on that. We'll see what they do with that one, but nothing super crazy there as well. So and thank you, Andrew, for posting the donations tab. And again, guys, I work all day. If you guys are just now joining me, I was late being on, and my goal of this channel is again to do that full time. So I've never made a donation off this channel ever in my life, and that's okay. I'm okay, totally okay with that. But I did have someone ask me how they give to the channel, and they haven't showed back up again. But that's why that's there. So thank you for posting that, Andrew. Never obligated, always appreciated. Um, Not here to sell anybody on anything. I'm not a salesperson. So look at that. Okay, so we have another update of a hail report there. Let's see, 1.75 inch measured by the amateur radio. And the amateur radio, I believe, is a ham radio group of storm spotters that are out there. I know Skywarn, which is put on by the National Weather Service, is a subsection has a ham radio group as well that they can report storm stuff back to the National Weather Service to get those storm reports out there to the National Weather Service. So if you guys are interested in storms and you don't know anything about Skywarn's all over the country. If you guys want to learn about storms, the National Weather Service has good resources for that. I am working on our Discord channel, posting a lot of the educational side of things. If you are the weather nerd like myself and self-deemed weather nerd Paul that he said in the chat, so don't get mad at me because I said that, Paul said it. Proud weather nerd myself, and so putting some of that resources out there so you guys can learn more about storms and how you can be more involved as well too. So um, one of those things that we still, as people in the weather world, still don't understand the evolution of a tornado, and that's why we still have researchers that you still see people drive out there into the tornadoes with the mobile radars, the Dow, and you see Reed Timmer's always out there too. That's out there chasing those storms, driving in there. He has rockets there, and they're still not sure how the storms progress into a tornado, and they're trying to figure that out to help better predict the storms. So that's why it's important to have channels like this, especially in the day and age where people aren't paying for cable TV anymore and they don't have local channels. They might be just paying for internet. They're out there surfing, looking at cat videos, and lo and behold, they see my stream pop up, and hopefully they get the warning in time to get to their safe place. So Yeah, so very slow stream, guys. We can do a couple things. Um, we'll sit here and look at these a couple more minutes to make sure that they're going to rotate and spin up on it. This is super disorganized. I'm not seeing that one spin up a little bit. There's always rotation in thunderstorms. We'll see what happens with that one. We're looking up into 11,000 feet into the atmosphere, right in the radar hole, so it's hard to say what's going on up there anyways. But we can do a couple things here. So I did speak a little bit about my friend's video, so I can show you the trailer for that. It's like a minute and a half long at the most. Um, Not an advertisement, just something that I thought was really cool because first responders, he's a fellow paramedic friend of mine that I used to work with, and was in a crazy accident with his on work, and I always love seeing some of those people that have been affected by the first responder world branch out and try to rebuild their life and do different things that are kind of cool. So we can look at that a little bit if we want to. Throw it in the chat if you want to. If not, I'll throw that out on my Facebook page for sure, at the Weather Check on Facebook, or at Weather Check on Facebook. I believe it's all in the ticker below there. So we can look at that. Or we can go look at our other channel there. Let's go look at that real fast. We don't have to talk about it, have it up here. But at Weather Check Plus on YouTube, I'll give you a snapshot of what that looks like. It might take me a couple minutes to get it up here. Let's see here, but at Weather Checkup Plus on YouTube is now my sister station. If you guys are just new here, and again, that's going to be for less crazy days. I'm going to start saying that less crazy days, less warning areas that still need coverage, but we can't do a live stream and sit here and talk and bore you guys to death with hours of weird stories from me, right? Um, so that's going to be at Weather Check Plus on YouTube. So go check that out. And on there, I might be live. I might cut in if there's a severe or potentially dangerous situation on that stream. But I'll definitely be in the chat, sitting there, hang out with you guys. We talk about food, talk about sports, whatever you guys want to talk about. Get to know each other, kind of have some fun while we're waiting for those storms to go crazy, and making sure we're getting those warnings out at the same time. So don't want to bring light to the situation for sure when there's major storms going on, but definitely something that we want to cover, but definitely want to have a kind of a way of a second station to really cover less severe outbreaks than what we do on this station. So at Weather Check Plus on YouTube, let me see if I can get that pulled up here for you guys to look at. And I can try to get that trailer pulled up as well. Let's see if my computer will cooperate with me real fast. So okay, let's see here. We'll pull up. Let's see. Trying to get those pulled up for you guys, so I appreciate it. And if you guys are just now joining us, no tornado warnings happening here in the state of Texas, which is great. We've probably been without a tornado warning here for about 20 minutes, and we're just kind of going over our Weather Check Plus station that we just talked about. And I'm bringing that up for you guys. My computer has not been cooperating with me today, so I'll get that pulled up for you guys for sure. Show you that, and then I do have a trailer that if you guys want to see, I will show that. A couple of you guys said you guys would be interested in seeing that, so. Let's see here. Okay. See if that window capture is working. For some reason, it's saying it's not. Okay. So let's see here. One thing at a time. Oops. It's my phone there. Okay. So the first thing we got here is the YouTube channel, Weather Check Plus. If it will work, I'll bring that up real fast. Thanks for hanging with me through the technical difficulties tonight, guys. My computer is just not happy. I gotta get this figured out. If you guys are computer gurus, feel free to reach out. I'd love to figure out what's going on with my computer. I have an awesome computer. It's a very good computer. Took it to the computer shop, and they're like, "You should have no problem with this computer." So it's not the computer being cheap. It's definitely something that needs to be fixed. It was perfect before, and it's just not working. So, okay, Weather Check Plus on YouTube. If this thing will let me load, it will come up here for a second. So, okay, here we go. I got it. Here we go. So Weather Check Plus here on YouTube. Weather Check Plus at Weather Check Plus here We already have 8 subscribers. We were live last night, and here's kind of, I'll give you a snapshot of what the stream's going to look like. We'll pull up a live video here. We did get a chance to go live last night, which was kind of fun, more of a test stream. But what you'll see is you'll see the radar here of the affected smaller area, kind of like we saw tonight. Live radar images, and an actively rotating well, what happened with that? Actively rotating alerts that go through. As the alerts come in live time, we'll hear them live there on the air, just like you do here on the stream. Only thing that's different is you'll actually hear severe thunderstorm warnings go off. I have that turned on. Depending on how crazy that gets, you can get a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. That can get kind of annoying. But right now I have it turned on. We'll see what you guys think about that. And then just feel free to jump in the chat and let me know if you guys have any questions. We'll be able to answer some questions there. Again, just sit down, hang out, have dinner, whatever it might be, some coffee, and just kind of chat, get to know each other there. So that's at Weather Check Plus on YouTube. And as you can see, it is sitting there spinning. What you guys are seeing is what was happening on my end for sure. So let's transition back to the radar, and I'll get you that. I'll try to get you that trailer brought up. It's probably gonna be pretty choppy, but we'll try it. We'll try it. I learn something new every day. So that's at Weather Check Plus on YouTube there. And if something happens, I will cut in live, kind of like this fashion, and tell you if there's a PDS warning that's happening. I will definitely do that as well. So that spinning bar I'm watching on my stream is just crazy. But yeah, so that's Weather Check Plus on YouTube. Let me see if I can find this trailer for you guys. We'll see if we get any more warnings happening. If they do pop up here tonight, we'll hear it come out live here on the air. So we're not going to miss it, guys. It will pop up just as soon as we're going through this stuff. Don't be concerned that I'm not watching things. I do have things on my side that I'm watching as well. So okay. So I'm getting that trailer pulled up for my friend as well. Hey, KB, good to see you. Coffee, whatever your drink of choice might be right now, mine is water because I'm super thirsty. But coffee maybe late at night, I don't know. But I did make my own cold brew the other night, which was awesome. I've been making my own cold brew at home, which has saved me a lot of money. I love cold brew. Cold brew coffee to be precise. So, okay. So let me see here. I'm getting that trailer pulled up for you guys. I've got it here now. So I'll talk a little bit about it. I won't spend too much time. This is a minute and 50 seconds. So make sure I get the volume up on this as well. Okay. Whoops. Hold on. It is playing without me knowing. So that's not something we want to happen there. Okay. So the kind of the precursors to this video, guys. I was an EMT for a while on an ambulance. I worked 911 systems. I worked with FEMA. I've landed disaster areas, and not to get into the crazinesses of it, everybody has difficult jobs to do. It can be a difficult and trying time mentally and physically, for sure. And one of my friends that I worked with, who was a paramedic here in Arizona, got into a accident, and it was an ending career accident. And he decided to do something cool with his life and become homeless for a year. And he traveled the country in a van. And this is probably, I'm guessing, about 5 years ago that he decided to do this. And he's just now releasing the trailer for it. He's got a premiere here in Arizona that I'm going to go to on June 6th. And so I asked him if I could show it here on my channel, because I'm a huge first responder fan. Obviously, being a first responder, they do awesome jobs. Even in the world we live in, the bad apples can't take away from the good, in my opinion. And that's not a political statement. I don't do political statements. There's a lot of good first responders out there. And I always give a good chance to call them out, especially on a channel like this, when we turn the scanners on and we hear them out there live time on the ground dealing with some of the disaster areas from tornadoes. It can be crazy, the things they come across. So anytime I get a chance to call them out, it's great. I will do so for that. Let me see if I can get this up and make sure we get the volume on it, and then we'll play it for you guys. It might be a little bit choppy. I will post this on my Facebook and Twitter page later on tonight, but we'll go from there. So okay, so this is called let me see, I should know what this is called because I've been looking at this. Miles of Kindness, and it's by Jason Smith. He's a paramedic here, was a paramedic here in Arizona. So about a minute and 5 seconds or 50 seconds. So let me see if I can get this up and make sure you guys are hearing it. Okay. Whoops.
Are today because of choices. Some of those choices you've made. Some of those choices, others, well, they've made them for you. Either way, we're all individuals and should be treated as such. No one is immune from the trials and tribulations of being human. There will always be a cause and there will always be an effect. Let me introduce myself. I'm Jason. I'm a paramedic. I'm about to quit my job and live homeless for half a year. Why would someone do that? For me personally, I've been struggling with PTSD after working 13 years in EMS. I've seen the worst of the worst on a daily basis, and then I've survived a major ambulance crash. I decided I need change. I need kindness. I need my faith restored in humanity. I want to see just how far I can travel, funded only by the kindness and generosity of others. I want to see just how kind we are to one another throughout the country. And most importantly, I want to highlight the issues in the homeless community by sharing the stories of others who are struggling along the way. Here is my journey.
All right, so that is Miles of Kindness by Jason Smith. I will post that on my YouTube channel, and again, that's going to be premiering here in the theater houses here in June. I think it's June 6th. So really super proud of him for sticking through that, and excited to see his film. He had some cool experiences. I already know some of the experiences he had. So Miles of Kindness by Jason Smith. That was his ambulance, by the way, in the image. He got hit by a drunk driver, and yeah, totally messes back up, and good guy, very good guy to get to know. I'm proud to call him a friend, and very good voice for our first responders out there still today. So anyways, so that is Miles of Kindness. I'll post that here on my Facebook page, at Weather Check, and on Twitter as well. And it's if you want to follow him, it's Jason's Extreme Van Adventures. I'll post that out there as well, so you guys can learn more about his film and his efforts. So thanks for letting me share that, guys. That was super cool. To see him be able to do that. So let's do a quick peruse. And thank you to our first responders that are out there. If you guys know any first responders, huge shout out to them for sure. So if you guys just now joined us, you're like, what is going on? If you guys just joined us in the middle of that video, that was a trailer from my friend who's a paramedic, was a paramedic, first responder, and just released his own video out there. So go back and watch the stream if you have any questions of what we just watched. And I only bring that up is because we follow first responders here on the channel that do save lives here in disaster zones, and was happy to promote that with him. And again, not selling anything, can't buy anything from him, just a free independent film that he did. So he's not even selling tickets to his premiere. So it's all first come, first serve, which is cool. So, all right, let's see. Must be a tornado. What is there? Did we miss a tornado warning? What happened? We shouldn't have missed a tornado warning. What are you talking about, Linda Gordon? Oh, hey, Linda Gordon's here. Just kidding, Linda. No tornadoes happening right now, Linda. Good to see you tonight. There are no tornadoes right now. We did have some earlier, but good to see you tonight for sure, Linda. So, so let's take a quick look around, guys, and then we'll go from there. You guys let me know in the chat while I'm doing a quick look around if you guys want me to throw this up onto Weather Check Plus and you guys can hang out there, or if we call it a night. We'll leave it up to you guys. Again, more of a less kind of stream, but you guys let me know how what you guys are thinking about Weather Check Plus there for the rest of the night. So back into here, we're gonna pull up that radar again. That's our Eastern Waco storm that was tornado warned. If you guys are just now joining us, Linda, you're just now joining us. We had 4.5-inch softball hail measured, which is huge, huge hail. So that's crazy. So yeah, super crazy hail with these storms. So that's measured hail size not estimated. So that's crazy. So definitely seeing those hail sizes there as well. With these storms going under the destructive thunderstorm down here, going into the Belton area. Um, let's see what this one's for. 2-inch size hail, I believe, and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So that's your severe thunderstorm warning there. Um, only three severe thunderstorm warnings here in Texas. The one in Louisiana even expired as well. The one down to the south did have 1.75 inch estimated by a broadcast media down there. So it's kind of starting to quiet down a little bit, but you guys are underneath the tornado watch for the rest of the night. Let's see here. I get that pulled up for you guys and look at that. So no super crazy rotations I'm seeing out there right now, guys, which is good. Uh, looking at the pink areas here, or purplish pink areas, those are going to be your tornado watches. Again, we watch for a warning, so there's no imminent threat of a tornado, but the conditions are favorable for a tornado for these areas. And then if you have a warning, that's when you go to your safe place. But your watches of these big pink areas, the one to the north here, just to the south of Dallas, so this area right in here, expires here at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So another hour and 30 minutes for that area. And then just to the south, all the way into Louisiana, expires at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. And that's the two tornado watches that we have out there going on at this time. We have a good supercell that we've been watching over here in the Louisiana area. It's been trying to organize, definitely have some inflow on that storm, but nothing that's severe. Now they let that severe thunderstorm warning drop as well. So although it's quiet right now, definitely the rest of the night, make sure we have a way of getting your warnings tonight for sure. Making sure you have your National Weather Service radios, your phones, YouTube, Twitter. National Weather Service does an awesome job with their Twitter. Whenever they post a tornado warning, it will be posted on their Twitter as well. Any way you can get warnings is the best way to do it. So to do that tonight until you're not in that watch area. If you don't know anybody in these areas, always make sure you do your part if you can to put those warnings out there anyways. You never know who's going to see it, who might know somebody in that area. So that's definitely the possibility there. So yeah, it definitely will cause 4.5 will cause very much injuries out there, Paul. That's huge. That's softball size hail. I've been hit by a softball. That does not feel good. So yeah, definitely not something that you want to mess around with. So severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's talk about that just a tad. They're still serious situations, guys. They get overshadowed by our tornado warnings. Unfortunately, just because they're so hard to tell what's going on in the ground. They don't cause as much damage sometimes. Sometimes they do. So definitely something you still should be taking serious. If you're in the tornado watch or severe thunderstorm warning area, sorry guys, severe thunderstorm warning area, you still need to be in a safe place inside. Don't go outside, try to look at things, stay away from anything that could be falling, stay away from any doors or windows in the case those damaging winds come through or a hailstone hits it, breaks up that glass. You still want to make sure you're in your safe place. Not in a tornado shelter per se, but no reason to really go in those, but make sure you're away from any doors or windows and safe inside of a severe thunderstorm watch and warning area, as well as a tornado warning area as well. So that was super confusing. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired tonight. But if you're in a severe thunderstorm warned area storm, you need to be aware of those storms and take them serious too, is what I'm saying. They get overshadowed by our tornado warnings, but definitely still want to make sure you're taking those serious as well. So that's your severe weather tonight, guys. Go ahead and throw any questions you can in the chat. Click subscribe if you're new here. You'll get notifications when we go live on YouTube. Check out Weather Check Plus on YouTube, our sister channel. I might throw that on tonight just to let it run. No obligation to go there, obviously. Feel free to throw some chats in there. Keep it civil if you do go over there. At Weather Check Plus on YouTube. I'll post that here in the chat real fast. So if you guys are new here, you guys can go over there and check that out. And that's just going to be more of a laid back stream with not me live, but I'll be there chatting with you guys as well, just to get kind of used to it and go through that. But consider going over there and joining those if you want to. I'll throw it up tonight for a couple hours until it quiets down, and we'll go from there. So yeah, guys, any questions you guys might have, last chance to throw them in the chat. I really appreciate you guys being here. excited to do some things this summer and go out and actually get some chasing in. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for some lightning finally. I'm kind of gone through a drought of that myself being here in Arizona since May. So excited for that and look forward to having everybody else uh, come through as well. Looks like a very wet weekend for NASCAR in Dover. Yeah, that's definitely not good for a NASCAR race. Andrew and I are both NASCAR fans for sure. And thank you to our moderators. Andrew and Linda Belk have been here all stream. Thank you guys so much for moderating the chat. This chat is so out of control. We have to have our moderators. I'm just kidding. You guys are awesome in the chat. We have had to use our moderators some, but very, very nice to have them. They are volunteer moderators. They're here just to hang out with you guys and talk and answer any questions. So thank you guys for being here. Super awesome to have you guys here. So awesome, Paul. Thank you for being here. I will see you on other streams as well. I've seen you as well. Yeah, Kay as well. Kay Body is not feeling well. She's usually a champ when it comes to moderating as well, but she's not feeling good tonight. She apologized for that to me, and she does not need to apologize, obviously. No obligation to our moderators to be here, but they're always here for us. So yeah, so NASCAR in Dover, wet weekend. A lot of the country is still getting, let's do this real fast. Not gonna take very long, we'll zoom out. A lot of countries getting some rain. Denver got some snow yesterday. And we actually have some flooding happening in the Arizona area right now, up in the northern part of Arizona. Snow melt is melting off and causing some issues up there. I have something I'm working on. I've got it approved. I'm able to do it. I'm just not sure if I can share it on my channel yet. I need to get permission to do so. But something that's happening up in northern Arizona that I'm able to be a part of in other places around the country. Weird teaser, I'm sorry. But they were up there helping out in that flood area as well. So kind of some crazy weather going through the United States. But anyways, that's it, guys. That's all I've really got. Oh, Minnesota. Yeah, that's a good call out too. I did see the Minnesota that our Tony Del Monte sent us the webcam of, I shared that on my Twitter a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, of the flooding happening there on Lake Erie, I believe it is. What's the northern lake here up here? I'm not sure if it'll have it on the radar, but this radar up here by Duluth in Minnesota, if you haven't, go do a quick check of that as well in Duluth, the live webcam in Duluth. I can't show it on the air here, otherwise I would. There's two lighthouses that were out in the bay there, and the waves were over Lake Superior. Thank you, Linda. The waves were trying to overtake that lighthouse. It was crazy to watch. I didn't know there was that many waves and flooding that were happening up there in Duluth, Minnesota. So that's crazy as well. So that's on my Twitter. Again, if you guys haven't already done so, follow me on Twitter at the Weather Check, because Weather Check was already taken, at the Weather Check on Twitter, and I post a lot of damage updates there. I posted some Aurora Borealis pictures from the last couple weeks there, as well as that webcam on there, and I'll post that trailer that we watched earlier today if you missed that, and you can watch it in high def there as well. But at the Weather Check on Twitter, and you can see that camera there in Duluth, Minnesota. So that was interesting as well. So thank you for bringing that out there. Yeah, it was crazy. And there's people walking around there, down there, Linda, on the bays, and the waves were lapping up. It kind of reminded me of a hurricane when people go out to the coast and watch the hurricane. It's kind of crazy. But all right, guys, enough of me rambling. I really appreciate it. So have a good night. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are awesome. Thank you to the moderators again. Thank you for the chat, everybody that's been chatting. Thank you to the one watcher on Twitter. Please let me know who you are so I can say thank you to you. Thank you for watching on Twitch. I'm sorry, Twitch. Thank you for watching, our one viewer on Twitch, and everybody that's been watching on Facebook. We have some people over there on Facebook as well. I'm not sure if I can see your comments on Facebook. I haven't been able to see them and not, but I'll try to get back to them as well. Thank you for everything. Everybody, go over to at WeatherCheck Plus on YouTube. Links in the description. I will throw that up for a couple hours, hang out there with you guys a little bit, get to know each other. Again, keep it civil, keep it kosher, and we'll see any tornado warnings that pop up for the rest of the night until that stream dies down. So thank you guys. Always do your weather check. Be safe out there. Take care of each other. Take care of your neighbors, the elderly. Thank you to our first responders like we talked about earlier. And have a great night, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next stream. Have a good one, guys. Be safe.